What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday to you,
Happy
Francesca.
Friday to you.
And happy Friday to you, Noah, and happy Friday to all those lovely listeners out there. I'm in one of those moods where I could talk, but it's all nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a lot to say with also it not being important at all.
We're just chit-chatting.
I'm in a chit-chat mood, but I'm in a mood where, like, I could go on and on about nothing of importance.
Yeah.
Because I have my period. And you know when you get your period and you're feeling
you're
feeling a little moody, but you're also feeling a little funny. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I feel
It was one of those period weeks, and I feel like the ladies can relate to this. Where like sometimes you get your period and it's the same old. You know?
Yeah.
You're like, I got my period.
Yep.
But then there's some weeks, run of the mill period. Then there's some weeks when you get your period and you know it's coming.
Oh yeah, it's transformed.
It's coming with a vengeance. It's like you get that mood about 2-3 days before.
Yep.
Where like I was in a mood about 2-3 days ago where I just knew. I told everyone on my path. I said, I am
step away.
not even step away, because it's more just like I am most definitely getting my period, you know? And a little bit early. It came a little bit early, but I knew it was coming a bit early. Felt that. I just felt it through my soul.
Do you want to know what my nonsense thought of today was?
I'd love to.
I was in the shower this morning and I was thinking of you. I was putting conditioner in my hair, and my mom always taught me to use a very small amount of conditioner.
Yes. And
as I was lathering, I thought, how much conditioner does Ria have? She has so much hair. She probably uses so much conditioner.
No, I don't.
No,
I really don't. I use.
How much conditioner do you use? Give me a quarter nickel.
I want to say about a quarter.
Yeah.
Size of a quarter.
Okay.
But I don't put it on the top of my head. I only go halfway and down.
Yep.
I want to say it's about a quarter.
Yeah. My mom would get, like, if I did anything more than a pea size, she'd be like, that's too much conditioner growing up.
Less is more with conditioner.
I know, but I think it's just because at that point in mom life, she was like, your hair, like, I don't want you to have to wash your hair every day because too much conditioner and your hair gets oily and greasy. And I feel like that was a mom thing to like not have to have her children like have to wash their hair every single day.
Yeah, that's very smart. I will say this, this isn't interesting at all. When I'm leaving my hair.
That's where we're at. We're talking about conditioner.
When I'm leaving my hair natural, I'm not doing a blowout or anything or whatever, I'll put a little bit more conditioner in.
Yes.
Because I'm not so worried about the grease.
So fair.
Whereas if I'm going to blow out my hair or whatever, I'm more worried about the grease. I will say, this week has been a big week for me with sock curls. You know the sock curl trend?
Yeah.
The sock curl trend.
I wanted to try it, but I don't think I don't know if it'll do anything to my hair.
You should try it, though, because I thought the same.
My hair's too thin.
No,
it's not thin. It's fine. It's fine.
You have to try it.
I have to keep telling myself
because I tried it, and I love it. I did it twice this week, and I ate that shit up.
It looks great.
I just blew out my hair like whatever, like nonsense. I didn't give a shit what it looked like.
Yeah.
And then I wrapped it in the socks. I'll do a tutorial if people want.
I would love one for myself.
I'll just send it to you. I don't know if people even fucking
care.
No,
you'll
send it to you.
Want to see it.
And
just make me a personal one.
I will.
Thanks.
Hey, Fran, here's your sock tutorial.
Yeah.
No, but I'm loving it. So maybe I'll do a little tutorial on that next time I do it. Probably Sunday night into Monday. I'll probably do that. Yesterday was we didn't have any work to do yesterday, so it was more of a personal day of doing tasks that need to get done for the wedding and myself.
The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. We're about 43 or 42 days away.
If you were to ask me what day it is today,
I don't know.
I really think I would have been like February 22nd.
No, it's
like
March.
It's March
13th.
It's March 14th now, if you're listening, which is crazy. I'm like, how is it already March 14th?
It's crazy. And my wedding is April 25th.
Yeah.
And things are chill.
You know what? I had an epiphany the other night.
Yeah.
On my couch, I go, the wedding's so soon. Not that it's about me, but I don't have a dress.
You got to get a dress.
I don't have a dress.
I got to get a tux.
You got to get a tux. Everybody's got to get ready for the shindig. No, I mean,
know.
Listen, before
I'm stressed
before
about
the Bachelorette and before Turks.
Yeah,
I felt myself getting a little bit more stressed of like, okay, what needs to get done, and then those things happened.
Yeah,
and I feel a lot more relaxed, honestly, after vacation, which I guess is the point of vacation. I feel relaxed, and yesterday we had our floral sample appointment, which was
beautiful,
super exciting. I mean, I'm so freaking excited.
It's always great to see the flowers.
Seeing it in person, seeing the colors come to life. Oh, it's just a dream. It was magical. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the vision. I didn't send it to you purposely.
No, I don't want to see it.
You, I figured you don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
That you just want to see it.
I want to be able to walk into the room and go, oh,
right.
It's gorgeous.
Exactly. Or what if you think it's ugly?
Yeah. I'll fake it.
It's okay. You can tell me. Not my fave.
I certainly wouldn't do that.
I know.
Especially on your wedding day.
Right. That would be odd.
Don't love that. Actually, not a big fan of this type of flower.
Not sure why you chose those colors.
Yeah.
But now we're going to be wondering, like, is that a genuine?
No.
I will be.
I have all the faith in the world that it's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah, exactly. I have all the faith that it's going to be gorgeous. So that was fun. And it was right next door to a very famous pizza place that people talk about all the time, Sephora Pizza.
Yeah.
I've been there.
That was my first.
I've been there too.
It was my first time.
Delish.
It was delicious. It was a nice little lunch treat. Got a little facial after that. Then we went to dinner, which was random. We were at home. We said, do we want to cook? Do we want to? And then we said, why don't we just go to this place I want to try in Jersey City? If you're ever in Jersey City, go to Corto. It's delicious Italian food. Everything's made fresh in-house daily. It was delicious. Highly recommend. Really loved it. It's that little pasta bar, like chef's table sort of thing. It was delicious. I really had myself a lovely day. Then Summer House came on, which is an important event viewing on Wednesday night.
Always is.
It's an important event viewing, but I will say this season is moving a bit slow because they're just kind of lumping. They're lumping a bunch of weekends in, like they're not lumping. I mean, they're dragging out weekends for multiple episodes, which means to me that not a lot happened, and they kind of like had to drag it out. You know, the main story. They got
this big build up to Craig showing up. You know,
right, and they showed a little bit of Craig and Paige's conversation last night on the episode, and you know, watching it, you're like, okay, well, can see why this ended.
Yeah, exactly. I think it couldn't have been more like it's if these conversations. The way they're happening on the show were airing and Craig and Paige were still together, I think we'd be like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
You know, like
I think
imagine
people would be watching being like, ooh.
If they were like having these conversations where and they've been having the conversations, but it's just if they're still having them, and especially the one at dinner in this episode, it's like, okay, you guys are on different pages. You're just on different pages, you know? No pun intended.
Literally.
It's I know.
Classic.
I'm sure that's not the first time she's heard that one.
Yeah, you nailed that one. Actually, I thought that was good. I will say now, not on the topic of Summer House, but my deadline for my RSVPs were this week.
Yeah.
And I had 3 people left, okay, on my side of the family. And in general, there was only 3 people left. And I was sort of hounding my mom, being like, can you just get these 3 answers, please?
Yep.
Like, please just get the answers. And my mom thought it was like this funny little game she'd play with me about it. And she texted me this morning.
And you don't have the patience for that.
No, I'm like, I'm not trying to play a game. Like, I'm trying to get these. Well, because this is what happened.
And when you want an answer, you want an answer right away.
I'm not the most patient person. So I'm like, can you please just get these answers? There's only 3 people left. Please just get me the answers. I know you can get in contact with them. So
one would hope they're invited to your wedding.
Right. I'm like, they're my mom's side of it. Yeah. So I'm like, please just get in contact. And she's like, okay, so we're on the phone. I'm like, please get in contact with those people, da-da-da-da. She's like, okay, so have you figured out the tables and like who's sitting where? I said, no, because I'm waiting for the answer from these 3 people. So if you can get those answers, let me know. A little while, the conversation keeps going. She goes, oh, so did you figure out if like certain people didn't fit into certain tables? Once again, Mom, didn't do the tables yet because I can't until I'm not going to start until I have everybody's answer.
Yep.
And then, okay, so then I start cracking up. I'm like, Mom, I think you're fucking with me now with these questions. So then my dad walks into the room and I repeat it to him and he's like, just call them and find out. So I'm like, Mom, just get it to me by Friday, okay? Like, that's all I'm asking. She texts me this morning, Thursday morning. Hi, I got an answer. I said, what is the answer? She said, I think I'm going to let you sweat it out. I wrote.
You gave me a deadline to Friday.
Yeah. I wrote back the like emoji where it's like someone massaging the girl's head. And then I wrote, okay, joke's over. And she wrote, I think you should call me. And I said, I don't have service right now. And she said, oh, well, I guess you're going to have to wait. And I wrote,
oh my God.
I wrote,
I'm sure she's having a good laugh.
She was. I wrote, this is a weird game. And then my dad, I guess, took over and goes, this is Dad. The answer is no. And I'm really not sure why the game. And I said, yeah, I'm not sure either. Thanks. You were going to be my next text. I'm like, okay, got the answer.
Right.
We figured it out. The RSVPs are done. But my mom decided to play a little game with me about this. I'm like, this is not the time for games, woman. I'm not trying to play games about this.
She was just trying to have a little chuckle at your expense.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that she was having a good time with it.
She just wanted a little laugh at your expense.
Yeah, she was having a good time.
Oh man.
But yeah, that I'm excited to get started on the tables. Like,
yeah,
the amount we're talking
fun.
about, and we're like, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be hard.
It is. Yeah.
It's gonna be stressful.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be funny at the same time.
Look, I definitely got into a couple
predicaments,
stern conversations with my parents over that, of like, you know, friends, family members, who goes where. I'm like,
right.
That person's not sitting at the table, Mom. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, like this, sometimes it's just the way it has to be.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
And it all works out, but it is a fun little game.
It's a little. It is a game.
It's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle, but it's also where tough conversations need to be had.
Absolutely.
Where it's like, this ain't happening.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. But I will say, last night was really nice. Laying on the couch, watching Summer House, just laying on Matt's chest, and I just had this overwhelming sense of like calm. Like I was like, you know what? I am like just so happy to just have my husband and just be at peace, and like this is our life and we are each other's people, and that's it. You know? And it's just like, oh, like this is safe space.
Warms you.
Yeah, it's like warm. I was like, this is peace. This is serenity. It's nice. And no matter what happens that day or leading up to it can get stressful, it's like it's gonna come and go, and we're going to make it through, and it's going to be great regardless if there's hiccups or whatever. And as long as we have each other, you know, there's the peace. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come, even though I do bet the stress is going to ramp up a little bit now with it being about a month away.
Totally.
So we shall see. We shall see.
You got time, as much as it doesn't seem like you do, you know?
Yeah. Well, I started looking at the calendar being like,
Yeah.
Because we have to travel a little bit for work.
Yeah.
Upcoming and stuff. So there's some things, you know, in between that I'm like, oh shit.
You'd be shocked how much really like has to be done 4 or 5 days before, you know? And then that's it.
Yeah.
And it'll be great. It's going to be amazing.
I literally cannot wait. I'm just like, and then it's summer. You know what I mean? And then it's like,
I know.
And then summer's here.
I know.
Everything flew by.
Flying by.
It is flying by.
Oh my gosh.
If you haven't made time for McDonald's breakfast this week, then what the heck are you waiting for? We've been talking about it all week long. Heck, we've even had it multiple times. So what are you waiting for? Tomorrow's the day. Wake up, get your McDonald's breakfast before the time runs out. You know, beating that buzzer before it turns to lunch is the best feeling in the entire world. You got to get that McDonald's breakfast in. You got to get those McGriddles. You got to get those McMuffins. You got to get those hash browns, maybe those hot cakes. You can even make a taco out of a big breakfast. Really, the world is your oyster when it comes to McDonald's breakfast. I know it is for me. I throw that hash brown on a McGriddles or a McMuffin, and I feel fantastic with a high C on the side. The McDonald's breakfast is just the absolute best, and it will have you starting your day just fantastically. So don't miss out, okay? Breakfast always comes first, and make sure that it's McDonald's breakfast. Wake up. It is time for McDonald's breakfast. Huge shout out to Matt for his video that came out against Djokovic.
Yep.
He returned the serve through his legs.
Yep.
Which I think everyone's shocked by.
Well, he didn't return the serve through his legs. But he returned through his legs.
He returned.
Yes.
But sorry, I didn't use the correct phrase.
But I mean, returning Djokovic's serve through his legs. He returned a pass.
He returned a pass. Sorry, wrong phrasing. He did get a point.
But he got a point.
He got a point through his legs. So shout out to him.
It was very impressive. I don't think Novak saw that one coming. I don't think
so.
I don't think Novak knew Matt had that one in his arsenal.
Yeah, but I did.
It was
I
amazing.
had all the faith in the world.
Great video.
So go watch the video on, you could watch it on YouTube or on Instagram. It's pretty sick. I know that we have a lot of tennis ladies out there that listen. I got a couple of nice messages, people who are big tennis fans. So I'm sure they appreciate that. Nano, obviously, very excited as well.
Did you send it to him?
Yes. I think Nano doesn't believe it's real.
Right.
You know what I
But
mean?
He's like, is this AI?
He knows Djokovic. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a
yeah, he
huge
loves
tennis
tennis.
fan.
No, I know. I don't know if he's like.
No, he
caught up
knows the players.
Yeah.
Like he gets it. But
So when he did Alcaraz, it was the same like reaction.
yes, but I could imagine
yeah.
he thinks that this is not real.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
He's like,
right.
you're like, you sure that's him?
right. He's like somebody's pretending to be him.
We're into March Madness territory. We're gonna have our team soon, which
Yes,
will be
we
exciting.
are.
Our bracket buster, which
Yeah, that I leave up to
you're
you.
doing
That's your
soon.
territory.
Yeah,
we
I
get up there. I go, Fran, you pick the team.
I went Wednesday night to the Big East tournament just to torture myself. But no, Joe loves the Big East tournament. He goes every year, him and all his buddies, and his dad was in town. So we went, and Georgetown played in the first game. They're down 3 points with 11 seconds left. Their best, arguably what should be their best player, gets fouled, goes to the line for 2 free throws to cut it to 1 point. Maybe the worst free throw I've ever seen in my life. Airballed it.
Ooh.
Airballed it. An MSG.
Tough.
The crowd, everyone was on their feet, and then everyone went, oh,
Tough.
and sat back down.
Ooh.
It was incredibly bad.
Embarrassing.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Really, really so bad. That was my Wednesday. But I do like watching all the tournament stuff on the games now. I'm sure it's the only thing on your TV. You gotta watch all the.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention.
Yeah. No, that's fair, but I'm sure it occupies the TV.
It does occupy the
Yeah,
TV, but I just sit there on my phone and I'm like scroll TikTok and I'm like,
what
what happened?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Did Duke win? Okay, yay.
Okay, cool. Congrats. Or I just yap and
Yep.
you know,
Amen.
I don't really know what's going on TV, but
That's it for me.
eventful
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
I'm excited to have a weekend at home.
Yes. Yes.
We've been moving and grooving.
We do have a weekend at home. We have our tasting Saturday,
Ooh, baby.
which I
think this is very cool. Do you want to say what the tasting is like?
I'll talk about it. I mean, as it gets closer, like I don't, if people know where I'm getting married, I don't care. I'm getting married in Brooklyn. You could probably figure out where. But the place that we're getting married at, they have you come to an actual wedding, but they hide you. They don't, like, the people getting married don't know you're there.
Yeah.
They have like a separate private room that they
Imagine.
they're like, what the? Why are
Sign
you
right on the side of the dance floor. We just
they just put up a
pull
little chair.
Yep.
No, that'd be absurd. But they put you in a private room that's on location that no one can see, and they give you the food as if you're at the wedding. So
Love
like
it.
you get to do the tasting as it's served at a wedding, so
Right.
you know what it's like at your wedding.
Exactly how it's coming out
And
for the
it
wedding.
may not be the exact picks that you pick or whatever, but you get a feel for like
Yep.
the temperatures, all the
Timing,
timing,
food,
and all that.
my God,
So
I'm getting hungry
we're
just
super
thinking
excited
about
for that, and like you got to wear cocktail attire because
Yeah.
you are at least walking into the venue
Right.
or whatever. But I'm super, super pumped up for that.
That's gonna be so
oh
fun.
gosh, pick like now it's all like these fun, the seating and picking the food and like
I think it's just really cool to get to so close to your wedding too. Like just get to go and see,
right, get
like
to
dress up and like go and like see what a wedding looks like.
see
there,
wedding at the
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
So close.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't wait. So excited. It's going to be so fun. But besides that, chill weekend. Very
Yep.
excited about it. Going to get my eyebrows done. Need to. They're fucking out of control. I can't with my, like, one day I'm just going to shave them off.
They're really
And
not
probably
that
go
out
back.
of control right
No,
now. Do you have them covered up?
I have them covered up
Yeah.
a lot. I have a lot of concealer on covering all the hairs, and I've like brushed them. Now I'm just rambling about things that no one gives a shit about. But my eyebrows are just like I just can't anymore.
You have to go like every 2 weeks.
Yes, and
almost.
it's actually so annoying. Like, I know it's ridiculous to complain about, but it is so annoying.
Yeah.
When one day my eyebrows are fantastic, tomorrow when I get them done, they'll be great. I will love my eyebrows. I'll love the shape. I'll love the way my face looks. In 7 days from tomorrow, I'll look at my face and go, what the fuck is happening with my eyebrows? They're going left, right, center, all different directions. They're out of control. They cannot be tamed. My eyebrow lady. So listen, I used to go to my cousin, but my cousin's pregnant and she is due in April. So she was like, I'm sorry. She said, listen, you have to find somebody else to do your eyebrows before your wedding because I'm not going to be able to do your eyebrows before your wedding. So you need to start going to somebody different soon because if you just,
right, you have to be able to like it.
You have to be able to like it because I'm not going to be able to do yours for your wedding.
Yeah.
So I started going to somebody else. She's fantastic. She's located in the city. I love her. She's great. She only does tweezing, which I told her, my eyebrows ain't built for tweezing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They need a lot. And she's fantastic with those tweezers. I doubted her and she did it and she was great. And now that's what I do. But it takes a lot of work and it hurts, obviously.
It's a lot of tweezing.
It's a lot of tweezing. A lot. And she also laminates them because with my eyebrows, she's like, it's good to laminate them. You can brush them however you want. There's a lot of hairs. But because my hair is so coarse, those brow hairs are so coarse, the lamination doesn't last as long as other people's laminations. Most laminations last 4 weeks or more. Mine, within 2 weeks, these things are curling up. They're going in different directions. And it's truly so annoying. Especially when I'm getting my period and they grow more. You know, like I tweezed them 2 days ago myself.
Yeah.
I looked at them this morning and I just growled at the mirror. My hormones are making these things grow out of control. I will say one thing though. And when I go to say something, I forget there's a boy in the room. But whatever, this is for the ladies listening.
Plug your ears, no.
Yeah. My coochie's doing great from the sugaring.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Can we also say that?
What?
We have to bring up the fact that Dylan, when he walked out.
Oh my God. I forgot.
That you bring up the sugaring.
Dylan Efron brought up my sugaring in this podcast room.
To your face.
To my face.
He was like, I wanted to listen to a little of an episode. He's like, I didn't know about that whole
He said, I learned about sugaring.
We both went, oh no.
So Dylan Efron heard me say my coochie's a disaster.
He sure did.
He sure did. And I
sure did.
I mean, he did. And
of all the episodes for him to go back and listen to, we have 800 of them.
800 episodes. He picked the one where I'm like, my coochie disagrees. Sugaring hurts. Yeah. Now Dylan knows that sugaring hurts. So I'm glad he was educated. But it
does vindicate a lot of the people. I did see a lot of people being like, look, I know it hurts, but after a few times, like the results, the results are apparently worth it.
Let me tell you, the results
worth it
are spectacular.
Wow.
And I may have to go back.
Oh my God, you're going to go back?
I don't want to go back.
After you ranted and raved about how terrible it was?
It's terrible. It's torturous.
Yeah. God, the things we do.
The things we do for pristine cooch.
Yeah.
I mean,
for that picture perfect.
It's looking
mama.
Yeah, it's looking good, and it's over 2 weeks.
I mean,
now.
I was gonna say that's actually very impressive because I know your hair goes like my hair.
I know, and let me tell you, what has it been? When was my bachelorette? Was February 26th?
Yeah.
So yes, it's been exactly 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to show you after.
Wow, that good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good, and I may have to go back.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing. I don't know when I can go back.
Yeah.
Because it ain't grown in
What
yet.
was that? I'm going to say it's at least that's nice.
At least it's nice to know that
it's more time,
4
space.
weeks. I think about 4 weeks I'll go.
Right. See how it is. I mean, who knows what happens?
Who knows? I was looking at it in the shower like, it's just never gonna go back.
Wow. Well, no wonder they freaking dig in there.
They really do. Anyways,
let's do some topics.
Good thing. Hopefully Dylan Efron was listening to that episode. Gonna get a nice little update on the show.
Also, for the people asking, I don't think he did see the star.
He did not.
A lot of people were asking what happened. Did he
I was gonna say that was for a second when I saw that you posted that story. I was like, oh, we didn't even acknowledge that to him. Is it going to be weird now that he sees it on Noah's story? I hope he didn't see it.
I'm sure he did. Because it's on Chicks Out.
But isn't that like weirder to be like you filmed him under his star and just we didn't say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. We maybe
because it makes it worse that we just didn't acknowledge it.
I feel like
I don't think he's
acknowledged
it.
He didn't see it.
I gotta be honest, I forgot about it during the whole interview.
Yeah.
Like nowhere did it cross my mind to bring it up.
I would have only brought it up if he acknowledged it, which is why Noah posting the story. I was like, why are you bringing attention to it? He didn't see it.
Yeah,
Now it's funny.
Now
It's like
he's seeing.
Zach's always watching over
Yeah.
you, Dylan.
Now he's seeing it. Did you see on Watch What Happens Live? They did a poll of who's hotter, Zac Efron or Dylan Efron. He's so bashful.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
I literally was
That's
like,
just what happens when you're out. He's
No,
been
but
under his brother's spotlight.
bashful was the right word, right?
He is bashful.
Who's bashful?
Dylan. Bashful is
he
like
blushes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
like
no, but I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so
did Dylan win
sweet.
Did Dylan win the poll?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so sweet. He really doesn't believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I
he,
mean,
well, he grew up with Zac Efron.
I was gonna say he's probably goes to therapy about
right,
it.
right. That is something he's probably.
Yeah, it's probably something he's
really
had to,
deep
Probably
trauma.
something he's had to work through.
No, for sure. But even Dorit was like, no, it's Dylan.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And Gabby was like, it's Dylan, not because he's in the room, but she was like, I did love Zach growing up. But
Can I just say that
Gabby is just
no, but I mean, no, she is the best. But can I just say that I have always thought this about Dylan ever since I found out Dylan existed, which was post High School Musical, probably like High School Musical 3, like because Dylan is my age.
She listened to the songs first. She liked the band first.
I know I did. We can all sing. Okay.
Fran's doing it. I listened to the band first before everybody else knew the band.
Was it? I am.
Dylan's mine.
He's 33. So I remember seeing like a picture of Zach and Dylan together and being like, oh my God, he's got a younger brother that's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how my brain worked at that time in my life. I was like, he's younger. My chances with Dylan.
Higher, yes.
My chances with Dylan were closer in age.
Right.
And he was tall. In the pictures, he was tall.
He is the taller brother.
He's tall.
He's the taller brother.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a, and at that time, I was like, and he's taller.
He's the taller brother.
Yeah.
But he was just so sweet when they
He
were talking
is so
about it.
sweet.
He's a really sweet guy.
He
really
is.
sweet. And you know what? I really love that he has such a great relationship with his girlfriend he's been with for so long now. And he seems so respectful and I love it. And he's just
he's
a
a doll.
sweetie.
He's
He
a
really
doll.
is a doll.
You know who else is a doll? Our podcast guest today.
Oh my gosh.
Jack
yes.
Quaid is on
Which
the episode
fits right
today.
into who I was just about to bring up.
Oh, is it?
So Jack Quaid on the show today. Fantastic.
Another absolute doll.
Doll. He walked out of the room. We said,
Oh.
you know who would love him?
Kelly Keeks.
Kelly Keeks. Kelly Keeks just sent me an absurd text. Which
Are you gonna read this?
I literally said,
'Cause
I'm like, can I read this on the podcast? I'm only going to read one part of it.
Okay.
She wrote, she went to the Vatican today.
Okay.
And she said,
The Pope.
yeah.
what do you think's about to come?
What do you think is about to come out of my mouth?
I'm guessing maybe she said some kind of prayer at the Vatican.
No,
Oh no.
that's not it.
No.
She said,
Maybe she did.
Yeah.
she might have. She said, I also confirmed this with a few sources to make sure I wasn't being a pervert.
Oh.
The Vatican.
Whenever you have to start a sentence like that, normally not good.
And she wrote, the Vatican, very horny place.
Oh.
I said,
oh,
what do you
no.
mean horny? She said, it sounds crazy unless you go there, but something about the art is horny.
I've been there. Did not feel that way.
Yeah.
I'll just say.
Yeah.
And she
Fair.
said,
I
thought
think
I was
Kelly
being
is
weird,
just horny for
just in general.
In general.
well
Yes.
that period, horny period, or just like I feel like Kelly
Art makes Kelly horny.
Yeah.
She said,
and like
I mean, there's naked people in the art.
No, and like rich with history.
yes,
you know,
something that has a lot of history makes Kelly horny.
Beautiful Roman bodies being portrayed.
Yes, I think Kelly really appreciates art and history,
Yeah.
and that just gets her going.
I think it does.
She said, I thought I was being weird thinking it while I was there, but then it seems the consensus is yes, the art is horny.
So now I thought
And
you
now
were going
she's
to read
sending
me
me photographs.
This
See,
picture.
what's funny is
In what
I
world
thought,
does this make you horny? Like nothing's happening.
Can I
here.
just say that I also really thought
I think
when you brought
art
that
and
up,
history make Kelly horny.
I thought you were gonna. I thought that text message was gonna have something to do with Jack Quaid, and boy, did it not.
No, it's just the fact that we brought up Kelly Keeks as soon as, but I will say she
Like, I
fucking
thought
loves
you-
Jack Quaid.
I thought you were like, oh yeah, I told.
No, I told her, but she loves Jack
course she
Quaid.
does.
And she said
he was a delight.
she, obviously asked if he was single. And I said, I don't think so.
We don't think so.
Yeah.
But he is quite lovely.
What a lovely gem.
Yeah.
Could literally talk and laugh with him for ages.
Very funny. Lots of giggles.
Yes. Lots of giggles.
Love somebody we can giggle with.
Yeah. And we can giggle with each other all day long.
We should probably get into the topics.
Yeah, we should get into
now,
those
huh?
topics, right? God.
I
Like,
just checked
checking your watch.
I checked my
God, you
watch.
know when you ever just get fucking sick of hearing yourself talking?
Yeah.
That's me. I'm like, but yet I can't stop. Whatever.
So
moving
I'll
on.
unplug you.
Seriously, someone turn me off. Turn off my button and just fucking mute me. Anyways, I'm having a good time. If nobody else is, that's fine. I'm having a good time.
I'm having a great time.
Good. At least it's me and you.
Yeah.
Knuckle punch.
She's never going to get into the top.
I am going to get into topics because I'm excited to talk about them. Actually, these blew me off my feet before.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Some genuine reactions before.
I did have some genuine reactions to the first two. Lucy Hale and Harry Jowsey are casually dating.
Dating.
Fuck? Why? Number two, I'm sweating.
I actually am sweating too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm debating taking my sweater off.
I want to take my jacket off, but it's cool, so I don't.
Yeah.
You know. And
My
you have
pants.
You have a pretty sweater on.
Yeah, it's a cute sweater. My pants also feel extra tight right now. You know, where I'm like,
I feel ya. Meghan Markle's in a new podcast. Why?
She's back,
That's
guys.
my second why.
Our long nightmare is over, where we didn't have a Meghan Markle podcast to listen to. Well, guess what, folks? She's back.
Why? What is the world without a Meghan Markle podcast?
Thank God we don't have to live in one.
Markle Sparkle. That's the name of it.
Oh my God. Welcome back. And welcome back to Markle Sparkle. Coming to you live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Anyways, Kim Kardashian, this is another why.
Holy Michaela. Kim Kardashian. You went a hard Kim Kardashian on that one.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian. Michaela came out with a new skincare line. You see that? I'm so happy for her.
I saw
Congrats
that.
To her on
was
that.
it shocking? Wasn't a makeup line?
I thought makeup.
We're talking
but I
about
think
Michaela from
skincare-
TikTok, by the way.
Yeah, I think skincare was the right way to go for her for this, and like really, she seems like she put a ton of work into it. Korean made.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Kim talked about how Kris Humphries didn't even pay for her engagement ring. Kim Kardashian paid for most of her engagement ring. And then he had the nerve to ask for it back after they got divorced. The nerve of this man.
Yep.
And then Nikki Glaser is hosting the Golden Globes.
She's back, locked in. Smart move.
She should host every award show.
Smart move.
And we have a fantastic interview with Jack Quaid.
And trivia.
A great game of trivia. So let's get into the rest of the podcast.
Everybody can get strong at Planet Fitness. High value membership that supports any fitness journey and as low as $15 a month. There are over 2,700 club locations with most clubs open 24 hours. They have the best in class equipment that has the same high quality equipment as other more expensive gyms. You can get a full workout. You can do strength training. You can do cardio, stretching. They also have great equipment in the gyms, brand new plate loaded machines, hack squat, supine bench, and calf raises. Their staff is extremely friendly and welcoming. You can also get unlimited free fitness training. So many different workouts, routines, whatever routine you have, or maybe you want to pick up a new routine. You want to get into a good workout routine. You can head to Planet Fitness, start small, build up. Maybe just start lifting some weights, walking on the treadmill, whatever it is you want to do. It is great to just stay motivated, get out there, stay strong. Planet Fitness will help you do that. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. Hours, amenities, and offers vary by club. You can check out planetfitness.com or stop by your local club for more information. You must be 18 years old to enroll or 13 to 17 with a parent/guardian.
So it seems as if Harry Jowsey and Lucy Hale are casually dating and knocked me out of my seat.
Yeah, I did not see that one coming either. I did say I had a shocking seeing our own Chicks in the Office graphic of shout out Maddie, just breaking news to me in the room. I was like, oh my God, Lucy Hale and Harry. You know, funny enough, I if I do remember correctly, I remember seeing some clip of Harry on his show or something talking about casually seeing somebody who was famous or an actress or something, like not naming her name. I think it was a little while ago too. And that was like nobody really dug into it, but I actually do remember seeing a lot of like people obviously are commenting who they thought it was and yada yada. I feel like I actually did see some comments saying they thought it was her, but maybe based on some creepy social media stalking that people did or something. I don't know how they put that together. But TMZ posted a whole article that says they are casually seeing each other. Nothing crazy, not anything serious, but they are enjoying hanging out together. That was really it. And honestly, this was the clip too. It has it in the TMZ article. While Harry didn't name drop Lucy, he did gush on his Boyfriend Material podcast about how refreshing it is to date someone who supports his career, unlike an ex who got competitive and mad whenever he landed new gigs. He added that his new flame makes him feel amazing and constantly inspires him. Definitely a step up from past drama. So that's so nice. And a source with direct knowledge says that they're just casually dating and it doesn't look like anything serious just yet. Maybe she's just having fun, you know?
Yeah, but I just like anybody who gets themselves involved with Harry
Jowsey,
Jowsey, I just roll my eyes. I just don't understand why.
I
Time
think
and
that's
time
a fair
again,
initial reaction.
this man is proven to be trash to be in a relationship with or date or hook up with or anything of the sorts, and people continue to do so. And it's like, why? I don't understand. I do not get it. So why?
He has a certain je ne sais quoi, I guess.
Does he?
He's tall.
I don't see the je ne sais quoi with him.
I keep bringing up tallness. I shouldn't do that, you know? I like my short kings too.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, love you.
Yeah. Shout out to all the short. Zac Efron.
Yeah. Love you too.
We love you too.
Yep.
No, it's just like everything about him has been sucked out. Does not matter anything else. It's like he has been so many stories about him that are not great. So it's like, why would anyone be attracted to that?
Yeah. He has, I don't know, clearly there was something about him. And I will say, I think it was after watching him on Perfect Match. I get it, sort of. Like, my brain is like, no. Yeah. But like, there's something like cute
your
about
heart
him.
is saying yes.
No, like there's something cute. There's something. I think.
Well, obviously there is something if every girl is dating him, but I just
don't get
why they put themselves in the position when they know how it ends up.
Well, every single be the one to change him, you know.
Every single one has ended up the same. He gets on, he cheats on her, and then they whatever. He's on to the next one.
Maybe Lucy's the one to get him to change. I wonder, how old is Harry Jowsey? I think 26.
I think he's around 27.
27. Yeah.
Noah, can you double check?
Oh, he's 27. That was a good call.
Look behind the curtain. We just paused the podcast to have Noah look up how old he is, and then we couldn't sell it. So that's our sell.
That's our sell.
That's our sell.
I've had to guess. I think he's 27.
He's around 27. So he's around 27. Lucy Hale is...
Hand up. I thought he was like 30.
Yeah. Well, because remember, he went on Too Hot to Handle. Like,
Lucy Hale is 35.
He was really young. Lucy Hale is 35. Yes, you know, she's having some fun. You know what, Lucy?
Let her do you
her
have
thing.
your fun, and just don't get attached, and it'll be okay.
Right, exactly.
As long as if Lucy Hale's okay with what's about to happen, then whatever. You know? Unless Harry Jowsey, unless he does some big old change, that would be great if he did.
Yeah.
Moving on to the most important topic of the day is that Meghan Sparkle Markle, is bringing her podcast back.
She's bringing the sparkle back.
She's bringing the sparkle back to our lives, our world. The world that we live in spins every day. It wouldn't be the same without Meghan Markle and her podcast and her riveting interviews that are definitely edited together. And she definitely doesn't actually sit in the room with the people, and they're edited separately. And then, honestly, she'll probably get nominated for the People's Choice Award this upcoming November or December.
Oh, they've already locked it in.
She'll probably win it.
She's already the winner.
She'll probably win it. She'll probably pay a large lump sum to win the People's Choice Award. They'll have people named Ria Fran.
They'll actually bring the People's Choice Award back.
They'll bring it back for
the whole
Meghan
award
Markle.
Show back for her,
and
because I don't think they do it anymore.
They'll have Chicks in the Office. They'll have Sean Johnson. They'll have Emma Chamberlain. They'll have Not Skinny But Not Fat, and everyone will be nominated. And it'll be great. They'll have Call Her Daddy, and everyone will go to the award show. They'll sit up high in the bleachers, so far from the actual award show happening, and everyone will get notified on their phone that actually the winner was Meghan Markle, who did 8 episodes and didn't actually sit in the room with anybody. That'll be how that award show goes. Oh, did that happen?
That did happen.
Oh.
Well, we're ready for it to happen again because Meghan Markle is back. She's doing a new podcast produced by Lemonada Media, Confessions of a Female Founder. That is the name of it. It says debuting April 8th with a guess how many episode season?
8
episode season.
The big number. Big whopping 8 episodes of a podcast. Markle Sparkle.
8 episode season. Meghan's new podcast will explore her journey as an entrepreneur while diving into candid conversations with fellow female founders, including some of her famous friends, about the highs and lows of building a brand. She shared on Instagram, I'm so excited to share with you something else I've been working on, her new podcast. I've been having candid conversations with amazing women who have turned dreams into realities and scaled small ideas into massively successful businesses. They're opening up, sharing their tips, tricks, and tumbles, and letting me pick their brains as I build out my own business. As ever, it has been absolutely eye-opening, inspiring, and fun. Because what's the point if we can't have some fun on this wild adventure? First episode is April 8th.
Well, I'll say this. I actually think it's a fabulous idea to interview women in business who have had successful businesses and pick their brain about it. But is Meghan trying to steal all their ideas?
Yeah, maybe she's like doing this genuinely. Like, I need help.
Right. She really does need the advice. It is interesting because like podcast is probably really just something she did not need to do. I find like she's doing all these other things. I feel like maybe because the Spotify deal was such an epic fail that she like wants redemption for that. And this is why she's doing this now, and she wants to have these conversations. But you have the TV show, right? Which is obviously more, cooking, hosting, around the house, all those things, homemaking, all those wonderful things. And obviously this is more like business focused. But let me tell you, I've watched a couple episodes of the TV show now. She's got me locked in. There is something that is so captivating about her in a way that I'm like, are you a real person? Like it's like, because everything, especially the show, like everything is so beautiful and put together, and she looks stunning, and the set that they're filming at that's supposed to look like her house, that's not even her house, looks stunning. And she's like, here's how to do a balloon arch for your child's birthday. And I'm watching, I'm locked in. I'm like, I'm never gonna make my own fucking balloon arch. But that's why she locks me in, is because everything that she does is so unattainable for so many people. Like it's just right. She lives in this reality that is just the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of being able to do these things and have these privileges and being like, here, Mindy Kaling, let's do little burrata crostinis for the child's birthday. But we're going to make them look like ladybugs. And when I tell you, I can't pull my eyes away from the screen. And like, they're doing little, I'm like, oh, I'm finding myself, oh, they're so cute. What am I going to make ladybug burrata crostinis?
Yeah, well, maybe she should, instead of the podcast, just make this idea, because this it is a good idea
where she should be
to do it in the show. Like, have the second season be the conversations with these women would be a good way to intertwine. Now, how did you feel about...
This show is what she should be doing, by the way. Like, this is what she's meant to do.
How did you feel about the conversation about her last name?
I actually did some digging on that because
I'm confused about it.
Yeah, so it's like, so Sussex is obviously not like a real last name that they have. They are the...
Isn't it Windsor?
Duke and Duchess of Sussex. No, yes. Harry, here's the thing. It's like, it's very complicated. And I'm going to absolutely butcher this explanation because I literally read a whole article about it last night. Some of the royals go by Mountbatten Windsor, just like a combo of Queen Elizabeth. It's and that would have been like William. When the Queen died, those things change and the succession changes, and it moved Archie and Lilibet up the succession list, and their titles technically change. So basically it's like Meghan and Harry are just claiming Sussex as their last name, I think, for just...
So they just
easy,
chose...
Just
Can I claim, like, Obama?
Well, they're just like, they're the Duke and Duchess of like, that's what their title of Sussex. So it's like the Sussex thing. and they wanted to give their kids going to school, giving their kids a last name, right? So they're like,
gonna pass by Noah going, can I claim?
Yeah,
Noah
that was
Obama?
a ridiculous statement. that was a ridiculous statement. Really, I wasn't even going to acknowledge that he said that.
You
That's kind
dreamt
of what
big.
they're doing. It's
you
like,
dreamt
it's
big.
like,
You're not the Duke of Obama. So it's not that crazy.
yeah, but they gave it up. Like,
Big dreams over there.
yeah, hey,
Okay, I'm not going to fault them for wanting to give their children a last name when they go into normal school in California.
Yeah, they need
that's
a name. They need a last name.
They need a
Markle.
last name. No,
They're not going to choose Markle.
No, they're not going to choose Markle. Meghan wants to be a Sussex, okay?
Yeah, Meghan doesn't, but she does.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm
I don't know why.
I
amazing.
find her to be so fascinating. I really do. Whether it's like I love her, hate her, whatever it is, I find her to be so fascinating. And I just really think that like the show, it's crazy. The show, I just think she's like so out of touch with reality that it's so fascinating. And I kind of like, I love it for her. That's her brand. When she's like talking about her outfits, she's like, oh, I love a high-low. Pants, Zara. Sweater, Loro Piana. It's like, yeah, of course. But like that's the life she is supposed to live.
Right. Yes.
You
And
know?
and nobody.
No one should fault her for that and be like,
No.
oh, that's obnoxious. That is the life she is supposed to live.
And people do that about a lot of people. It's like, no. I want to watch people that are unattainable.
Yes.
Like I am fascinated, interested by people and people who are so wealthy that they don't even live in the same stratosphere as anybody else. It's interesting. It's like, just let them live that life.
Exactly. Will I ever be out whispering to my bees in my garden? No.
Do you think she was
But
like
do
this
I want to
before?
watch Meghan do it? Yes, I do.
It doesn't mean they're relatable. Not
No.
everyone is going to
Like
be.
when she was an actress, she wasn't like, she just completely like switched personality.
No. I
like-
think she always loved this stuff, but now she can do it at a whole nother level because she has the money to take it to another level.
I think we just have to accept that
she had her own blog as an actress.
that some people just are not going to be relatable.
Yeah.
But they are going to be entertaining to watch because they do not because they're not relatable.
You know who
it's
is
a whole
relatable?
other world.
King Charles. Because did you see what
he
he said about
loves
Beyonce?
Crazy in Love. Thinking of thinking of Charles, like in his
I'm not gonna do it.
bedroom, listening to Crazy in Love and like thinking about his relationship with Camilla.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, we were crazy in love.
Your love's got me looking so crazy
right now. Yeah.
Your love's got me looking so crazy right now.
You're probably singing that song to
He
each
goes,
other.
Yeah. I wanted to include an iconic musical moment, like she played at one of the events, like the incomparable Beyonce with her song "Crazy in Love." Like,
Yeah.
I love that for him.
King Charles.
He's always kind of like been a fan of pop music. So
King Charles on his
He said,
deathbed.
"I would like to congratulate her for winning her first album."
yeah.
He's like
of the
so
year.
pumped
He's
up.
a Beyonce.
He was
He
watching
watched-
the Grammys.
he
and
watched
stuff.
the Grammys.
He's in the hive.
Cheering for Beyonce, almost gave him a heart
He's in
attack.
the hive for sure. But no, I mean,
Your love's got me looking so crazy right
The Queen
now.
would never let him blast it in the house, and now he's just
Yeah.
dancing.
He's secretly like
now he
this.
can listen to Crazy in Love whenever he wants. But look, the path that Meghan is like, the show I feel like is her niche, and it's where it should be. I'm curious to see how it did, like numbies wise, because
But we can find out.
I've been fascinated.
We just look it up.
But once again, like that's a great avenue for her. I don't know about the podcast space. To me, I'm just like, do you need to be back in the podcast space? I don't know. Where's the jam?
You're asking me.
Like, send out the jam.
Enough of the podcast. Let's get working on that jam,
Yeah.
Megan.
Yep.
Well, anyways, moving on. Kim Kardashian revealed that Kris Humphries only paid for a small portion of her engagement ring, while Kim paid for the rest.
Crazy.
And then when they got divorced, Kris made Kim give it back. Now,
did.
I think that Kim should have took it as a red flag if Kris Humphries was making Kim Kardashian pay for her own engagement ring.
Yeah.
Like, was there nowhere where Kim was like, I'm not gonna pay for my own engagement ring? Like, you're gonna pay for my engagement ring, and then when you get divorced, ask for it back?
What's crazy is because, of course, it's like Kim wants a giant engagement ring, so that's the thing. Like, she's not going to settle for anything else to the point where she's like, I will buy it for myself. So this was during the last episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She was reminiscing on her past engagement rings because she was like, what will the next one be? Like, if there is one. She really was like, what will the next one be? So they're thinking about the other ones. Her first one was a cushion cut for 14 karat ring. That was when she was married to Damon Thomas, which everyone really forgets about. That was very early on.
Yes.
The second ring was Kris Humphries' 18 karat emerald cut Lorraine Schwartz. She said, I didn't keep that. I was pregnant with North, still married to him. And in order to divorce him, he said I had to give him the ring in my divorce. So they were broken up for that long already. She was still going through like that contentious divorce with him, all the way to the point that she had already been with Kanye long enough that she was pregnant with North. And he was like, you know what it's going to take for me to sign the papers? Hand me over the ring I didn't pay for.
That's severance.
It's absurd.
Yes,
that
crazy.
is absurd. I said it. That is absurd.
Yeah. Absurd.
That is just absurd.
Yep. He contributed a fifth, she said.
That's crazy.
That, and then Chris Appleton was like, that's savage. She's like, yeah, certainly is.
It is.
Yeah. Crazy.
But I guess, like, if Kim Kardashian's like, I want a fucking absurd ring, I'm going to buy it for myself. Like,
yeah.
Is Kris going to stop her and go, no, like, you know what I mean? Where,
yeah.
like,
if you're Kim Kardashian and you want to spend, you have that money and you want to spend it, fine. Mm-hmm. But for Kris to get it back
is the craziest part.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't pay for that, pal.
Right.
It's one thing for the guys that are like, oh, I bought that engagement ring. Now we're divorced. Like, it was my money I put into that. Like, I'm going to fight for that ring back. Mm-hmm. She should have Lorraine Schwartz cut that bad boy up.
give him a little
and
piece.
give him 1/5 of that diamond, which honestly, by the way, still would have been worth a shit ton of money for an 18 karat diamond.
No, that's when you hear the story, the initial reaction, and my initial reaction was, wait, Kris Humphries didn't pay for Kim Kardashian's engagement ring. That's absurd. You know, Kim should have known.
Yeah.
But then when you say how big the engagement ring was and how much money it was,
she could have sent him back a 3.5 karat diamond.
Yeah, and Kim being like, listen, I actually want to rock a big diamond, so I'm going to pay for it. It's probably a different story. We're talking about different things here. We're talking about different people, different worlds.
Yep.
But to ask to make her give the ring to you that you didn't pay for is so fucking absurd. It's so scummy. He's such a scumbag. I feel like he's so scummy.
It's
even
like,
if you watch,
you're telling me she's pregnant, and you're you're like, yeah, I want the ring.
No, that's crazy. When I initially heard the story, I didn't put into thought of how absurd the ring was.
Yeah,
that Kim was like, I want this big of a ring, so I'm buying it myself.
Yeah.
I was thinking, normal engagement
I think it was like
rings.
a $2 million ring.
I was thinking normal engagement rings.
No. We're working with Kim Kardashian here.
Right.
But that's. I mean, Kris obviously had his feelings towards her and the whole family and everything that happened and whirlwind, and maybe that was his. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get my revenge. Give me that ring back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
give me that ring I didn't pay for. Can I just have a piece of your jewelry? That's really what it is. It's like, well, I'm going to sign these papers if you give me that necklace. Yeah. Like, that's...
I want your watch. Hand it over. Yeah, hand it over.
Take it off. Give me that right now. Like, that's literally what that is. Because the engagement ring really didn't mean really anything.
Yeah. If for a 72-day marriage.
Yeah, seriously. And just big news, a big congratulations to Nikki Glaser. She's hosting the Golden Globes again next year, 2026.
So happy for
so
her.
Huge for Nikki. Congratulations. You should host every single award show because you're the best at it, honey.
Lock it in early,
You are the best at it, and I'm glad that she got the deal done early. I hope she's getting that bank. I hope she's getting that money. I hope they are paying her what she is worth because she deserves it. We love you, Nikki. Keep crushing it, okay?
Honestly, I loved everything about this announcement too. Like the picture, she's got golden boxing gloves on. Hosting the Golden Globes this year was without a doubt the most fun I have ever had in my career. I can't wait to do it again, and this time in front of the team from the White Lotus, who will finally recognize my talent and cast me in season 4 as a Scandinavian Pilates instructor with a shadowy past. I love it. Perfect. Honestly, cast her right now.
Perfect casting. It's going to be so good. Huge congratulations to her.
I'm pumped for her. And I'm glad. Very smart of them to be like, lock it in early. January. We're talking January 2026. She's got a lot of time to prep. She'll be ready to go.
She's going to be booked and busy, but knowing you have that job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she can take a little vacation before then.
Yeah.
You know, she knows she has that lined up.
She's touring like crazy.
She is. She's touring. And Haley, shout out Haley, our dear friend and makeup artist, just did Nikki's makeup in Boston and fucking crushed it.
She did.
And had nothing but amazing things to say about Nikki. And I think Nikki loved Haley as well. And Taryn did her hair, who did your hair for your wedding. And she is also amazing. So shout out to the team because they're fantastic.
She's booked March, April, May, June, July, September, October. It looks like maybe August is her time to
maybe she'll go on to chill a little
bit. No, it's like actually she's all over the world too, which is so cool. Like in July, she's in New Zealand, Australia for a couple dates. Really cool.
That's sick.
Pumped
That is just awesome. Huge congrats, Nikki. We love you.
Yep.
So very much. And that wraps up the topics.
Armani Beauty is renowned for award-winning products that are a must-have in your makeup routine. Armani Beauty believes in enhancing your natural beauty, giving you that lit from within glow. Developed with the same award-winning technology as the iconic Luminous Silk Foundation, this complexion holy grail is beloved by celebs like Sydney Sweeney and Sadie Sink. The Luminous Silk Concealer is a multi-purpose, lightweight, hydrating, and blurring all-day wear concealer that conceals, smooths, and brightens skin. It provides weightless, medium buildable coverage, delivering a flawless, luminous finish that feels like your skin. Its formula lives up to the hype with ingredients like glycerin, caffeine, and vitamin E to hydrate, decrease under-eye puffiness, and awaken skin appearance while reducing the look of dark circles and fine lines. With 21 shades, Luminous Silk Concealer's diverse range ensures you'll find the perfect match for your complexion, whether you're looking to conceal, highlight, or contour. I have got my Armani Luminous Silk Concealer on right now. It is a fantastic concealer. I use shade 5.25. I got that under my eyes, anywhere I want to brighten up the skin. You can shop your perfect shade now at Sephora. So you can get your Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. Once again, you can shop your perfect shade now at Sephora.
All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Jack Quaid, whose new movie, Novocaine, is out today. Jack, you play a guy who cannot feel any pain.
Yeah.
Do you wish that was your life in real life?
It's complicated. Yeah. Yes, for certain things, yes. Like, I would love to never stub my toe and feel that again. Like, that would be great, because that takes me out for a good 5 minutes.
Oh, at least.
Of just like,
hitting your funny bone.
Stub toe, funny bone, paper cut.
Yeah. Paper cut I don't love. I feel like I don't interact. I don't have that a lot anymore just because I'm like, just paper is not so much a part of my life as it used to be. But in school, that was always like a thing. But no, I mean, like, pain is also in a lot of ways a good thing, because I learned through doing this movie, pain is very much the body's warning system. And just because you can't feel pain doesn't mean you can't get hurt. So it's kind of like the condition he lives with, my character lives with, is kind of, it can be quite dangerous. It is kind of, and it's, it's a very dangerous thing that he has to really monitor and then risk it all to save the woman he loves. But it seems like a blessing, but it can be a curse in a lot of ways.
Right, because we do see in the trailer for the movie it being said to your character, like, you could still die.
Yeah. Oh, he can still die.
Yeah.
That's definitely still on the table. Like, the stakes are still high. He won't feel it, but he could pass out, he could bleed out, he could, all the stuff. Yeah.
Just no warning.
Just no warning. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That's
just no warning.
Hence why he doesn't eat any solid food. It was another part of this too. I will clarify, because everybody's listening. They're like, "Wow, because we watched the movie, we loved it.
Oh my God,
thought
thank
it was
you.
amazing. Yes, it was a lot of fun.
We got a little,
sometimes we do get to watch them early, which does make us excited.
That's very cool. Yes. Thank you for seeing it. I'm really happy you enjoyed it.
I thought it was really, really cool.
Good.
So it's like we can talk and we know what we're talking about, but for everybody listening, let's back it up for a second.
Okay, cool.
Explain the premise. You did a little bit, but let's.
So movie's called Novocaine. I play Nathan Kane, a man who feels no pain, and all of that rhymes. It's great. And yeah, he has a genetic disorder where he can't feel any physical pain. So yeah, like I was saying before, he has to live kind of this safe, sheltered life. Like when we first see him in the beginning of the movie, you see his apartment. Every sharp corner on the table is covered by a tennis ball. You know, he's just really. I kind of thought of him as like a balloon in a world of pins. You know, he just has to be very careful. But his disability kind of keeps him at an arm's distance from the world, and he's starting to feel a little bit lonely. He's 30. He hasn't really had a romantic relationship before. And then he meets Sherry, played by the unbelievable badass that is Amber Midthunder, and she changes his life, and they go on a date, and he falls in love. And then the next day, he works at a bank. Bank gets robbed. Sherry gets taken, and he then uses this disability as a superpower, and he kind of risks everything to save her. So it is a gnarly, batshit insane, gory action movie. But I also think it's one of the sweeter films I've ever done. Like, it's a crazy contrast. Like, Nate as a character, I wanted to make sure he was like a cupcake of a human being to contrast how violent this movie is.
Right. Yeah, that is really sweet. And the way that you described Nate and your character being a balloon surrounded by pins, you would almost think the opposite, though. If you were to hear somebody in real life could experience no pain, you would be like, well, they're invincible.
Of
they
course,
must not be afraid of anything.
Yeah.
But you do have to be more cautious.
Yeah.
And you described the film as gory and violent. There's a lot going on. Did you feel any pain while filming it as a person?
Thank God, no, I didn't. Like, I never got hurt, which is so great. Like, it just, I also understood that irony. I'm like, oh, if I get hurt on a movie about not feeling pain, that's embarrassing. No, because our stunt team was incredible. They treated everything very seriously, made sure everything was very safe. I did get into maybe the best shape of my life, which is all gone now, but I got into really good shape just to, not so much to look cool, but more so to like, every day I was filming something insane and very physical. So I was in the gym a lot and I felt that pain, but no injuries, nothing too crazy, which is insane because this movie is absolutely crazy.
Yes, it definitely is. There were a few times I was like, kind of watching like this with one eye kind of peaked or not to give anything away, but there's one moment with fingernails.
I was about to say that's the moment where that's my line too. I can't watch that. And I shot that. It's so weird to like, know what every single, like, I watched them apply these prosthetics to me over hours and I still am like, ooh, like I still.
You almost feel like you could feel it watching it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I even know how it all works. And I'm still like, oh God, like
you're
watching
behind
through
the
my
curtain.
fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's still like, but it's not a genre that you're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
The gore and the
gore for sure. And mostly,
and
I think I look weird in a movie if I'm dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I have to be covered in some form of goo in order for me to feel complete.
Now with all this,
it's going to be great out of context. It's going to be awesome.
Perfect. Clip that.
That's what we'll post out for sure.
Clip it, make it a GIF. That'll follow me around for the rest of my life.
Yeah. People can lip sync. Yeah.
This is the life I signed up for, though. That's basically it. Sorry, I cut you guys off.
No, you're good.
I mean, you said you've been having a blast with this press tour. You walked in filled with energy. What makes this press tour a little bit different?
There's just something, it's just the stuff we've been doing has been incredibly fun. I got to do something really fun at a Clippers game recently where I came in. Yeah, we came in. We did kind of a, I guess, guerrilla marketing thing where Amber Midthunder and I, we sat courtside, which just on its own, that's fucking awesome. To sit courtside at a Clippers game. And I'm an Angelino. I've never been to a Clippers game, so that was awesome. But the whole thing was when the camera first is on us and we're on live TV, I have like a sling and a cast and maybe some bruising in the face. So I'm kind of sort of in character. I'm like half me, half Nate. And I'm not playing the pain at all. I'm like fully clapping like there's no injury. And then throughout the course of the night, we added more and more injuries, like another cast and a neck brace and a headband with a little bit of blood and more bruising to the point where when the Clippers won the game, which was amazing, go Kawhi Leonard, I'm just like standing up like, yes, like goal. And I have like 2 casts on me, one of which says go Clippers. It was just, I've always wanted to market a movie in a way like that.
Right,
that was really,
that's
really
so
fun.
cool. That's so fun and interesting. Did everybody around you ask, like, what are you
People,
promoting?
a couple people did.
Are you okay?
Yeah, but it was so fun. Every time they did, I just wouldn't acknowledge it. I was just like, it's a magical night for basketball. Like I never actually said like, no, I'm fine.
Right.
It was great.
Look at this team.
Look at this team. My favorite thing on the they had me on the, they interviewed us in the middle of the court, and we're like, our sound is being projected everywhere. We're on the Jumbotron, and she asked me if I'm okay. And earlier in the night, they had this birthday celebration for, I guess, the Clippers mascot, Chuck, who's like a bird of some kind. And I was just like, I just want to say happy birthday to Chuck.
Yeah.
It's just, Chuck, you've been here for so long, putting in the time. And I really am proud of Chuck. He's doing great.
Oh, that's
It's-
perfect.
It's great, and couldn't have worked out better with the way that the game went. Like I
Oh
saw,
my
like
God.
right,
It was
like
a great game.
Yeah,
I was there. I was there, like courtside
Right.
when he threw that shot, the game-winning last-minute shot. Unbelievable.
which is amazing. I was gonna say, great for the movie.
Great for the film.
for the movie.
I
Great
was just
for the
like, at
movie.
least it was an entertaining game.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Those pictures don't get posted everywhere if there's
Oh
no
yeah,
overtime.
if the Clippers
win.
lose, we're screwed.
Right.
So
You're back
thank you,
again.
thank you,
marketing.
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, exactly. You're back doing it again.
Yeah.
That's very funny. But so I was gonna say that there's a lot of obviously training that goes into it. You're fighting. You're doing all these things.
Yeah.
Has that gone into your real life at all? Like, do you feel like you could take somebody on between your, the boy's character now?
Sure. Well, the boy's character, he's usually cowering in a corner.
Yeah.
He doesn't
But
really.
but you see that all,
Yeah, of course. I see it all. He can get into a scrappy fight if he needs to.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do I think I could beat someone in a fight? No. I think if anyone punched me on the street, they could get away with it for sure. I'd cry immediately and
run away.
That would be. I don't want to be here being like, "Come and take me, come and fight me." No, I'm not gonna do that.
The choreographed fighting is so interesting to me because
I know how to choreograph fight. If
Right,
someone lays
you can
out
dance.
the moves, I can dance. Essentially,
so much goes into it. What's the prep like? Ryan Nicholson plays the robber opposite you, and you're the guy you're chasing. So what are you guys talking about before a scene like that?
Ooh, I mean, Ray and I, we probably rehearsed more than, in terms of the fight scenes, we did so many rehearsals for that. I mean, that's like the final fight at the end of the movie, and that was super complicated. The biggest challenge for me was just finding a way to fight like the character, because, if I get punched, my head's gonna move, but I can't wince. Like I can't show pain,
so
which
true.
is
I
such
didn't even think about that.
it's like such a thing that, I mean, not to get all like hoity-toity about it, but I guess that's where I'm taking this.
Buckle up.
Buckle up for a hoity-toity. Sorry.
I'm following you.
Here we go. We're here.
We're here.
We're in
I'm
hoity-toity
buckled up.
land, and I'm taking you.
Yes.
I'm
We're
taking you there.
locked in.
No, I mean, I think a way that I figured that out was I kind of looked at silent film stars and what they would do, and something Buster Keaton would do. His whole shtick was that insanity would be happening around him, and yet he remained very stoic. He almost didn't react to everything nuts that was happening around him. He was known as the Great Stone Face. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, like I think I watched some documentary on Buster Keaton, which is really, really good and fascinating for a lot of reasons. But as soon as I realized that I could kind of use my non-reaction for comedy, everything kind of fell in place. I kind of come from sketch comedy, so I'm like, oh, I understand the joke of it, so I kind of can understand the combat more and the dance more. And no, that really helped. But for that last scene with Ray and I don't want to spoil too much about it, but I can tell you one thing that was cut from that scene that I wish was still in the movie, but sadly had to be cut. I kind of get it. Originally, that scene was a little longer than it is in the final movie, and I think test audiences were like, these are two invincible beings. Why isn't one of them at least going down? You know?
Yeah.
But there was a moment where Ray knocks out one of my teeth, and I spit it back at him. I spit my tooth at him, and it gets lodged in his eye. Ooh. And I wanted that so bad. Oh God, that'd be so great. And we shot it. It's on the cutting room floor somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe one day it'll be out there.
How do you film something like that? Like losing a fake tooth?
Ooh.
Like
Well,
Can you give us a little movie magic?
Yeah, let's see. There was a lot of things that went into that. Well, they gave me a fake tooth to spit out, and that was actually maybe my scariest moment on set. I was like, what if I accidentally swallow a fake tooth?
What if you choke?
What if I choke on a fake tooth? That's a very specific way to go.
Yeah, and then they end the movie with that.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't feel pain. He just chokes on the fake tooth.
He just chokes on a fake tooth, and that's it. And it's done. And
what
it's
a twist!
Just a bummer ending.
Yeah.
Choked on a fake tooth. Okay. All right. Fine. Sure. No, but that whole sequence was nuts. We actually had an amazing visual effects team, a prosthetics team. I have all these behind the scenes videos of. I don't know. There is a moment in the movie. Maybe it's slightly a spoiler, but there is a moment where I have to break my own thumb, and that was all done practically. Like there's a rig where they kind of have this little robot thumb that's like right here, and I'm hiding my real thumb there, and I'm wearing this thing, and there's just this guy, Clinton. He's this South African visual effects artist who's like a mad genius. He's very soft-spoken, but he's like, I'm going to make it look like your hand is broken. Like he's just, and he's always like smiling, but I love him so much. But he's essentially controlling the fake thumb. And I love how practical all of our effects are, because I think it makes it way more visceral and makes you want to cringe and cover your eyes.
Right, exactly.
Definitely.
What was the longest you sat in like a makeup chair to get something done?
Ooh. It's funny. I think 3.5 hours, which isn't that long considering, there's people like Doug Jones, who like every day they come into work, they're like becoming a fish man. And like, that's insane. I think 4 hours one day. I think 4 hours was my max. And that was all my prosthetics. I have tattoos in the movie, all of those. But what I got into the habit of is we found a way to like make it so I could watch movies, and I watched it with the whole team, and everyone there was lovely, so it was great to spend time with them. But eventually we just started I was rewatching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, which was great, and definitely something I think Nathan would watch every year. We watched Mad Max, which a lot of them, because we shot in South Africa, a lot of those guys worked on that movie. And we would just be watching, I don't know, some cool scene with Furiosa, and they would have all these little tidbits about like how they did certain things. And that was great. That was just like a great way to pass the time and just look more and more fucked up. It was amazing. Yeah.
Oh, it's very true. Well, I think everyone can get very excited to go see this movie this weekend, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like that's so they're out in theaters now. But we're so excited to have you and talk
thank you for having
with
me.
you. And you mentioned that sketch comedy was kind of part of your life early on. Where did that love come from, like to jump into sketch comedy?
Ooh, I mean, I've always loved watching sketch comedy. Like I remember they used to have these SNL box sets of like the best of Chris Farley or whatever, and you just watch everyone's greatest hits. And I always thought that was amazing. And then when I was always like making little movies when I was a kid. I would get like this Sony camera with like a mini DV tape, and eventually I learned iMovie HD. And I remember I had these friends in middle school, and we would do this thing. We would like shoot these videos, we called them. They were essentially sketches, and we didn't really realize it, but we called it Epic Fest. And it was this thing. It was a Facebook group. Yep. Back when Facebook wasn't a nightmare.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it was a back when you would write on your friend's wall, "Hey, happy birthday!"
Or like for truth is.
Exactly. It's not just like an article your uncle has posted, and everyone's getting really upset, and there's a whole paragraph. It used to be a different place, but it was a Facebook group called Epic Fest.
Love it.
And
it was epic.
It was epic.
Yeah. Sick.
It was every summer. It was 4 of us, and we would break off into 2 teams of 2. And over the course of 1 week, both teams would film like 3 videos, and they were like a couple minutes long each, and we never knew what the other team was going to post, but we always knew that we would post them on the same day. And then like our whole school seemingly, or like a bunch of different people in our school, were a part of the Facebook group. And at the very end of it, they all voted on which team presented the best collection of videos. And it was just the best time. And like I've always been trying to find a way to essentially do Epic Fest as a career. That was like it's kind of my secret dream. But then I got to college, and there was a sketch comedy team called Hammercats, and I auditioned for it, and I got on, and like I was a drama major. I never did a play just because every month I was writing for and performing in a show. We go to other schools and perform. And then actually last night I got to surprise some NYU kids at a screening.
So cool.
And I was like, did a surprise Q&A, and our moderator is the current director of Hammercats. That's that college sketch group. So it was so cool to see that it's still around.
Right.
And he's doing such a great job with it. Shout out to Matam. You're incredible. But just to see NYU kids and screen the movie for them was truly
Full
like
circle.
Soul healing for me. It was awesome.
That is really
amazing.
cool. Did you love all the SNL 50 stuff recently?
I really did. It was a kind of a embarrassment of riches. It was just like there was so much stuff. I still haven't really seen all of it yet, but it was incredible.
It has
was
been
so
good. Was like acting and getting into this field kind of the only thing that you like? You
would assume, right? With who I come from, I guess. But yes, but they never really pushed it on me one way or the other. Obviously, they were an example that it was possible.
Yeah.
I feel like if you say, usually the average person, if they're like, Mom, Dad, I want to be an actor, your parents will look at you as if you're insane. And so mine didn't, because they were probably like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, right.
Like, they were probably more like that. But I remember they put a real emphasis on just being a kid when I was a kid and not trying to like do anything professional. It wasn't a hard and fast rule. They were just like, have fun with your friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to make Epic Fest.
Yeah,
so maybe you'll see.
I'll show you guys.
I'll show you. But then I had a giant crush on this girl. And I remember in middle school, she asked me what I like to do for fun on the weekends. And I said, I like to watch TV and play video games. And I felt like the most boring dude on the planet. And then I found out she was doing or auditioning for the school play. And I'm like, okay, now's my shot to see if I actually like this. And I did it. And it was Midsummer Night's Dream. I got Nick Bottom, who's the guy who gets turned into a donkey. And I had such a blast. I met all these kids that are still my best friends.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
this
amazing.
sense of community and getting my first laugh on stage. So I really fell in love with it kind of on my own terms in a way where I'm like, I genuinely love this and want to pursue this because I love it, not for any other reason. And I'm so grateful that that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
You mentioned getting your first laugh on stage.
Oh, yeah.
What is that feeling like?
Still chasing it.
Yeah, still chasing that high.
Still chasing that high. Seriously, nothing has topped that. I'm not joking. Nothing. It was awesome. Yeah. No, that was great.
It's like the moment you realize you're kind of funny in real life.
Yeah.
Like with your friends, you're like,
oh, maybe but that's the difference, right? You can be funny with your friends, but there was something about being on stage and then like getting a laugh I'm trying to get from an audience, like an intended laugh. Please give it to me. And I got it. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
This is
love it.
amazing.
better than Epic Fest.
Better than Epic Fest.
What was the first gig that you booked that was like, okay, all right, this is a career. Like now it's, maybe moving on from Epic Fest.
Yeah. If you ever
could.
If we even should.
Yeah, if we must.
Yeah.
No, I think my first real big movie that I booked, I remember I went to NYU and I would audition for things. I would go back to LA and I would, like when spring break was happening, when people were going to like Miami or whatever, I was like going back to LA and I was like seeing if I could get in any rooms. And I auditioned for the Hunger Games and I remember being on that set, and I don't know if I was like, I've made it, like this is a career. I think maybe I was more like, oh my God, this is such a big movie, and what if I fuck all this up? And I was so scared, but then going there and meeting all those people who were all more or less the same age, getting to watch Jennifer Lawrence put in such an iconic, incredible performance. And she was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
It was nuts to watch, and she's so incredible and continues to be incredible. That was just life-changing, just to be there. It really did feel like summer camp. Like when we were actually there, it didn't feel like the biggest thing on the planet, even though I knew the books were very popular. So that was great. It was my first real experience on a set as an actor. You know what I mean? Like I visited my parents' sets before, but there's something about being on a set when you're not involved with the thing where you just feel like a part of the machine that doesn't really belong. You're just kind of like, okay, I don't know what to do here. But, getting used to that rhythm as an actor was really cool. And I don't know, I miss all of those guys. Every single person was incredible.
Yeah. When you booked The Boys, did you have any idea kind of like the crazy cult following that would come with it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I did not know. When I first read, I remember I read the script first, and it was like, read the script, there would be a meeting with you and Eric Kripke, and I read the script. I thought it was amazing. I did not realize it was based off a comic book. I thought Eric had just written a brilliant script about America and just inserted superheroes into it. And then I met with him kind of like a pre-audition meeting, just to get a sense of me, I think. And that went really well. I really liked him. All my friends were so stoked for me. They were like, Eric Kripke, the supernatural guy? He's the best. Like, they were just like, oh my God, no way.
That's amazing.
And then I think I auditioned for that show once with Erin Moriarty, once just on my own, and then once with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. And that was super intimidating because they're heroes of mine. And I remember Seth Rogen actually read Butcher's lines in the scenes with me.
Yeah.
But did not attempt to do a British accent. Just was like, oi, Huey, we got to get him in the boot. Then we're going to bugger off. It was just like, it was so surreal. I probably almost lost the job because I was way too focused on how odd this was. But no, I had no idea. I knew I liked it. I knew we all liked what we were working on. We thought it was new and weird, but we also knew that it was a big swing. We had no clue that it would take off in the way that it did. And then I was so unbelievably happy when it did. I'm still so grateful for that show. It changed everything for me overnight. It just changed my life for the better, like basically immediately. And that never happened. So, I mean, thank you, Eric Kripke. Thank you to the whole show. And now it's ending, which is so crazy. And we're shooting the last season right now. But I love that it's our intended ending. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, that's so rare in TV these days. Usually you just find out you're canceled and you're like, I guess that was the ending.
Yeah, right.
And that's the deal. But
you could sort of prepare for this ending now.
Yeah, and it's also Eric's intended ending for the series, which is unbelievable. We get to go out on our own terms, see all these character arcs through. We've been at it for a couple of months now. It's so gnarly. I think it's an amazing season so far. Daveed Diggs is there this season. I won't tell you who he plays or what he does, but he's crushing it.
Amazing.
He's so good.
That's amazing.
And
No, you're good. Sort of bittersweet though, right? For, a show that you love so much. Everybody loves it, has such a strong fan base.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to an end, you can kind of move on to other projects, but it has to be a little bit bittersweet.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to weep like a baby. Like, I am going to be so sad when it's over. But I read something recently about, because it's 5 seasons, but that's 7 years of my life, really, that I've known everyone. And I read something recently where if you've known someone for 7 years, the chances are like tripled that you'll be in each other's lives for the rest of your lives.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
I saw that.
I've also seen that on, that gets
we all
shared
have
on
the
people's
same
Instagram
algorithm,
stories.
guys.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
That shows up on the For You page. It's like 7 or 8 years, I think. They're like,
Right.
that's when people really
That could be
cement
utter
themselves
bullshit.
in.
We don't know. But I remember being like,
Yeah.
thank you for you, Paige. Thank you so much.
I will giving you a warm hug.
Yeah.
Oh.
I will keep those friends that I was
Yeah,
planning
I
on
will.
keeping on.
I wasn't going to, but now I
they're
will.
Now I
Definitely
guess they're
stay.
stuck with me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
guess so.
Now
No,
they're
but they're all just lovely people, and it's such a cliche. You hear it all the time, but we really, truly have become a family.
Yeah.
And we really, we just get along. We just, I don't know, I grew up as an only child. Carl Urban, Laz Alonso, and Tamara Capone are my older brothers that I never had. They are, in the best way, constantly giving me shit, and it is my favorite thing on the planet. And Karen is my sister that I never had, who's just like, everything's fine.
Yep.
We're good. Everything's totally cool. But they're the best. And everyone, even the people I don't really work with too often, like the Soups and everyone is incredible.
Yeah.
Truly.
That is like a family, and you need that. You need the people in your life that's going to give you a little shit.
Yeah.
Like your own family would.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Make fun of you, humble you.
That's all they do. I consider me humbled.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Sometimes you're like, okay, I got it.
do you have a favorite crazy storyline from your character on that show?
Ooh. Oh, there's so many.
There's so much.
I will just never forget shooting a scene inside of a beached whale. Like, that is truly, and they built I just love in the room. Everyone's like, right, yeah, that did happen.
He's like, I remember that.
There's so much going on. No, they built a whale. Like, they made a whale. They put it on a beach, and there's an interior and an exterior. It was crazy. I remember that even there's a whole sequence where we're driving in a boat, going into said whale. And I remember we're shooting it on Lake Ontario, pretending to be the ocean, but it's very choppy that day. And I remember Carl Urban is actually driving the boat. Like, it's just the real actors in the boat.
Yep.
We're being shot from a helicopter. It is windy, and the helicopter's making a lot of noise. Carl, he drives a lot of boats, but he was like, guys, if anyone is feeling unsafe for whatever reason, the safe word is Carl. And for story reasons, I have to be at the front of the boat, which you would, if you're in rocky waters, you're never going to be at the front of the boat.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the front.
Because that's the thing going up, down, up, down. And I have to be like the first one in the whale, so I can't move. So we start going. It is so choppy. I am getting tossed so much. I think in the shot, I'm holding onto the sides and kind of like surfing on it, because I realized if I was sitting down, the seat was kind of like punching me in the ass. Like it was horrible for my back. So we're going. And I remember Laz Alonso, who plays Mother's Milk, he was like, dude, I thought you were like riding those waves. I was like, Jack is strong. This is awesome. But really, no one can hear me. I'm just facing the other way and I'm going, Carl. Like I thought I was just going to get like catapulted out of the boat. It was insane. And I remember
nothing like no one being able to hear your safe word.
Oh, yes, true. Like overall, and it's his name and he can't even hear it. And I remember we stopped, and then I turned around and everyone could see I was really frazzled. So for some of the other shots, we didn't have a stunt double that day for whatever reason, but I remember there was this one random grip who kind of fit my build. And they were like, does anyone want to be the stunt double for Jack? And he was like, I'll do it. And they put a Jack Quaid wig on this man. And so, fun fact about that, anything from the back, that is this random grip who, sir, you are a hero. That was, I don't think I'll ever forget all of that.
Oh my God, that is incredible. What a savior.
Seriously, thanks for saving the day.
All he had to do was take one puff of his cigarette and he was ready to go.
He was like, hold on.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go. Like it was the most badass thing I've ever seen. Kept the pack by his side.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's too good.
We do have to wrap up, sadly. We're having a ton of fun here. But our last question is, thanks to our wonderful sponsor at Armani Beauty. We love Armani Beauty. You mentioned all the makeup, everything that goes into your character, Nate, for Novocaine.
Yeah.
The tattoos are really extensive.
They are. Yes, they are.
Are you pro or against tattoos?
I am now pro. I've never been anti, I'd say. I just never thought I was a guy who could pull off tattoos in any capacity. But then after playing this guy who is also a dude who probably should be able to pull off tattoos, and then seeing the movie and being like, I actually can. I'm not going to do full body like him, but I definitely want to. I had to learn how to tattoo for the movie. Like that, I would practice with a tattoo gun because I have to work with that a little bit. And they would give me these like sheets of fake skin. It's very gross. But I would like practice by doing these smiley faces. If you came into my apartment, it looked insane. I looked like a serial killer. Like, there's skin sheets, and there's just smiley faces on all of them.
Don't worry, I'm just practicing.
Just don't worry, I'm practicing. It's for a film. But I think I want to do. I think I want to do like one smiley face that, like, based off of one I draw, like somewhere.
Just to
that's
commemorate
cool. Will you do it yourself?
There's no way. I will. I can feel pain, and it will affect my
someone
performance.
Coming into your apartment, you're like, just do it yourself. And I'm like, oh,
it's for a film. Yes, no, that'll be. It's just this jagged, crazy-looking smiley face.
I kind of think it's like you get the bug, right? It's like that's what people say when they start getting tattoos. You probably look at yourself in the mirror with all of Nate's tattoos. You're like,
I think
I rock this.
Our two directors actually got matching Novocaine tattoos at the end of the movie.
There you go.
So I'm like, okay.
So maybe that you'll keep
maybe the smiley face will be the thing.
But the smiley face will be your gateway.
Yes, absolutely.
Safely.
Exactly.
My gateway smiley face.
Exactly.
Tattoos. Yeah.
Well, everybody, please head to the movie theater. You can go check out Novocaine in theaters now.
Theaters now. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Jack.
This was a blast.
We're about to get into a great game of Beat Ria and Fran, but first I want to tell you about the Way to a Healthy Scalp. I've been using Way products for years. Their leave-in conditioner is my favorite. It is my staple. It is my go-to. I don't wash my hair without using leave-in conditioner. There's also the shampoo, conditioner, the body creams, the body scrubs, the detox shampoo when I got a lot of buildup in my hair. So many fantastic products. And now they have the scalp serum, okay? The scalp serum is perfect. Get your hair to healthy hair goals with the scalp care that you need. It makes your strands looking stronger, fuller, healthier. You can use it day or night. Really, it's endless. So many products from Way. You gotta try them out. Their hair and body products are made to be effortlessly and work for you and your routine. I love both their hair and body products. The body scrub is the perfect exfoliating scrub. I love it. The scents are just delicious and yummy as well. Oh, I love it all. So the way to a healthy scalp starts here. Go to THEOUAI.com and use code CHICKS for 15% off any product. That's THEOUAI.com, code CHICKS. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 165, and we are joined by Sarah and Anahi. They have been to one of our live shows. Anahi just informed us that she did get a question right over us during trivia. So, listen, I'm a little nervous now, but welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We are so excited. We'll jump right into it. 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever has the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whoever's the closest, your team will go first, and we will alternate between teams. Everyone gets their own guess. Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I've never seen this.
Neither have I.
Jinx.
Yeah, this was a question. It was a question on the dozen, but it wasn't. Like, it was given as an answer, but it wasn't the answer.
Mm-hmm. I do love this movie, but I don't know. I'm gonna go 63.
That's literally the number I was saying in my head.
Really?
Yes. So never mind. I'm gonna go 82.
Ooh.
I'm going to say 31.
56.
Ria's one off, 83.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh.
Ooh.
They loved it.
They did. I knew that they did. I'd never seen it though.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1 to Ria and
Michael
Fran.
Cera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Caitlin from Auburn. Who plays Anne Hathaway's fiance in the movie Bride Wars?
Chris Pratt.
Is hers is Chris Pratt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nice. Sometimes I switch in my mind.
And she ends
The
up with
other
Brian
ones-
Greenberg.
I was going to say, it's Brian Greenberg.
Yeah.
All right, 1-0 Ria and Fran. Question number 2, and this is to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Veronica from Charleston. Who has been on Traitors, Special Forces, and The Masked Singer?
That's what I was gonna say.
Tom Sandoval.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Correct.
Yeah, he does it all.
Yeah,
He really
wow.
does it all.
All right, tied up at 1. Question number 3 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Sarah from Louisville, Kentucky. In SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob gets sick and has to undergo special treatment. What is the name of his illness?
Suds. He got the suds.
Suds.
Final answer.
Correct. 3-1. 2-1. God, I'm
We're
all
fine.
over the place. Okay,
Keep
2-1.
up. Keep up. No, we're fine.
Ria and Fran, and this is question number 4 to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Sophia from Tiverton, Rhode Island. Which actor has been in all of these movies? Couples Retreat, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Zoolander.
Is it Owen Wilson?
Maybe. I don't know what his character in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but
Oh, that's
I
right.
trust you.
No, I haven't seen it, but that's what my first thought was.
I can't think of anything
15
else.
seconds.
Couples Retreat.
Should I just go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Owen Wilson.
Incorrect. To Ria and Fran.
I don't really know who's in, like, the side characters in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
What about Zoolander? Because I don't know the side characters in
Is
Zoolander.
Vince Vaughn in Couples Retreat?
Yes.
Is he in the other ones? Is
I
he
don't think he's
Zoolander?
in Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Zoolander.
I
Could
can't
be.
think of anything else.
10
Let me
seconds.
think for a second. Is it Jason Bateman?
5.
Maybe.
Jason Bateman.
Final.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It is Vince Vaughn.
No!
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It is still 2-1 Ria and Fran, and this is question number 5 to them. Shout out Hallie from Clemson. Which historical figure did Justin Bieber say the following about? Blank was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer.
Yeah, that's Anne Frank.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
Yeah. It's Anne Frank.
Correct.
Anne Frank, final answer.
That was
And I'm sure she was.
that was a tough one from Bieber.
Yep.
Hey, what? Like, I'm
no,
sure she would
just next question.
3-1. Okay, question number 6 to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Holly from Delu. Also where Nelly lives, she says. In Wedding Crashers, what song is playing in the montage where Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn are sleeping with girls at all the weddings?
I'm getting it.
It's like Jump. Is that the name of the song?
Sure.
It's like the. No, it's Shout. It's Shout.
Okay.
Right? Like, you know the.
Yeah.
Shout. Final answer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Just watched Wedding Crashers Monday night.
Great movie.
Classic.
Okay, 3-2, Ria and Fran.
For the dozen, for Matt.
Yeah. Actually.
I watched.
And he actually did get the question.
Yeah.
So it paid off.
Yeah.
3-2, Ria and Fran. Questions to them. Shout out Ashley from Pittsburgh. In the movie Titanic, what name does Rose's rich fiance go by?
Cal?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Cal.
Cal? Final answer?
Correct. Calden Hockley. Is
Yeah,
his full name.
and he goes by Cal. Yeah. You know what? I finished all of Paradise, so like I was thinking Cal in my head, and then I was like, is that right, or is it just because I just finished Paradise?
Okay, 4-2, Ria and Fran. Question number 8 to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Kelly from Atlanta and Marita from Nashville. In Friends, what do Emily's British friends nickname Ross after playing rugby with him?
This is all you.
Oh, God. Is it something that's alliterative?
I didn't watch Friends.
Oh, God.
15 seconds.
Just say something.
5 seconds.
I can't think of anything.
All right,
No
nothing.
answer. Pass.
To Ria and
The
Fran.
more Friends questions we get, the more I go, I don't know this show at all.
Yeah. The more I ask myself, have I watched
Yeah.
Friends?
Have I seen Friends every night?
Rusty Ross. What would be a nickname for rugby?
I have no. Like, I now think it's a thing where when I hear
Butterfingers.
Friends, everything leaves my brain because I haven't gotten.
We're gonna go with Butterfingers.
Yeah.
Final answer.
Incorrect. Red Ross.
Ah.
Oh, because that's when he gets really angry. Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I only won. When Sarah said, I think it's alliterative. I said, okay.
But Red Ross was his nickname when he was younger. Emily's friends didn't come up with Red Ross. Yeah, thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah, Emily's friends did not come up with Red Ross.
But maybe they just called him that.
Red
too.
Ross was a nickname. Yeah, Ross called himself that from when he was younger.
Did they call him that at rugby?
Wow,
I don't
Maddie,
remember.
You are a resident Friends expert. We didn't know. And damn.
All right.
Damn.
so I
I'm
think-
glad.
Should we?
No, and nobody.
cut
I
this-
mean,
No,
nobody
I
got
mean, nobody
that.
got it.
Okay.
So
But
it's-
I'm just saying that's not a correct question.
Okay. I'm going to take it up with Kelly and Marita. All right. Question number 9 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Ashley from Pittsburgh. What is the name of the grounds player on Traders?
Fergus. Yeah. Final answer.
Correct. When I was looking that up, I was actually surprised to find out that he's an actor and has a real name.
That checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 5-2.
You think he was just living at that castle by
I
himself?
just thought
or-
that his name was Fergus and lived in Scotland and just happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh, what's that? It's me, Ria again, here to remind you that you don't want to miss out on McDonald's breakfast. You don't want to look at your clock and go, I missed it. I missed the time again. No, you got to make it in time for McDonald's breakfast. You got to make it in time for those hash browns. You got to make it in time for those hotcakes, for those McGriddles. The sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles is my favorite. A little hash brown on it, a high C on the side. Ooh, I love to get my morning started with that. And you should too, because by now you must be craving it. I know you are, because I'm craving it as I'm talking about it. So tomorrow morning when you wake up and you know it's before the time, just get that McDonald's breakfast and treat yourself. Because what time is it? It is time for McDonald's breakfast.
5-2, Ria Fran. This question is to Anahi and Sarah. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
And Linda answers the door wearing nothing but my Van Halen t-shirt.
No way.
I don't know what to do. She's getting married and
us?
he's going to ruin her life.
Yeah, Glenn doesn't deserve her. All he cares about are possessions. Fancy cars, CD players. Even women are possessions to him.
See, Billy Idol gets it. I don't know why she doesn't get it.
Oh, I hope you find her.
Great scene. That's from The Wedding Singer. Final answer.
Correct. Nice. Great movie.
Yep.
It is, yeah.
Okay, 5-3, Ria and Fran. Question number 11 to them. Shout out Brittany from Edwardsville, Illinois. Name the full movie title where Zac Efron stars as Ted Bundy.
Oh God. It's got like 14 words. It's like so long.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I can't even. Unimaginable word. Like it's just
I don't know.
long thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't have a guess. Yeah.
Okay, Anahi and Sarah.
I can only think of the word monster.
It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't think of all the words.
It's many words.
The question should have been like, give me 2 words.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a lot of words.
Do we give up?
15 seconds.
It's not gonna come to us.
No, it's not going to come to us.
Pass.
Nothing. It's extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Yeah, no.
Extremely wicked, shockingly evil,
and
and vile. Yeah. No,
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
All right, it is still 5-3, Ria and Fran. This question is number 12 to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Morgan in Ojai, California. In Seinfeld, what food item does George eat out of the trash can?
Potato or pizza?
I wasn't going with either of those, but
Okay.
I trust you. No.
What were you?
No.
Any or a hot dog? I feel like it was like something like this.
I go with
10 seconds.
baked potato or pizza. Go with
Okay. Baked potato.
Sure.
Baked potato.
Incorrect to Ria and Fran.
Do you remember what this is? I don't
Go
know.
pizza.
Okay.
I don't know though, but I'm gonna go pizza.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Incorrect. It's an eclair. Chocolate eclair.
Wow, Ani
You were
was
right on the
right. She
shape.
got the
Yeah.
shape right. She was like, it was long. Honestly, kind of looks like a potato.
I was picturing him folding, I don't know,
Yeah,
the pizza.
Okay, it's still 5-3, Ria and Fran. This question's to them. 3 more questions left.
Okay.
Shout out Hallie from Clemson again. Name the Disney Channel movie by the IMDb description. When Cletus can't play the school mascot, Pete has to secretly do the job.
Hatching Pete.
Yeah. Yep.
Hatching Pete.
Final.
Yeah.
Correct. That seals the victory.
Jason Dolly.
Jason Dolly.
6-3. We'll do the final 2 questions.
What do you think Jason Dolly's doing right now?
Probably chilling.
Yeah.
Question number 14 is to Anahi and Sarah. Shout out Neha from Hawaii, and she says aloha.
Ooh, aloha.
In One Tree Hill, what was the title of Julian and Alex's movie?
Oh my god.
I didn't watch
I
potato.
literally could not tell you.
15
Is it-
seconds.
It's something like I can only think of the word angel, and I don't think that's right. I'm just trying to think of the movie posters. Yeah. Angel. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Ria Fran.
I don't think I remember either.
I don't know this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know.
Pass.
7 Dreams Till Tuesday.
Oh, yep.
That's a good title.
Yep.
I'd watch.
7 Dreams Till Tuesday.
Okay, final question. Just to Ria and Fran. They're up 6-3. Shout out Alyssa from Kansas City. In season 2 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, Steven and Taylor do a choreographed dance to what song?
I was just saying I wanted to watch this season again. What's the song that's like, dance, you walk around, you walk around, you walk around.
It's tricky?
Yeah.
15
Okay,
seconds.
it's tricky?
Yeah.
All right, it's tricky.
Incorrect.
Oh. I feel like that's just a
Anahi
song
Sarah.
that you'd have a dance routine to.
See them doing the dance.
That's my problem too. I also
Yeah.
see them doing the dance. There's no music though in my head.
I feel like 90s pop fun.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think of the soundtrack, and this
15
is the one.
seconds.
This is what me. I can't think
Just
of
say
it.
a song.
5 seconds.
Jump.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Jump.
Incorrect. Party in the USA. Miley.
Oh shit.
damn
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Damn
Yep.
it.
Damn.
It's tricky. Would have been good though.
It would've
dance.
It's the same choreography for both.
Yeah,
right.
totally. I mean, it could
exactly.
totally
Same
work.
vibe. Same vibe.
Yep.
Damn. All
All
right.
right.
Well, we did come away with the win there.
6-3 final score.
I'm happy with that.
A lot of points scored.
Couple of questions. You know, I'm a little upset with myself about a couple of questions, but we move along. We
It's okay.
won, and that's okay. We can
Yep,
move on from
yep.
it. That was a great game, guys. A great back and forth there. Thank you guys so much for playing. Thank you for coming to our live show. We really appreciate the support, and it was so nice meeting you guys. Thank you again, and you get some merch too, even though. You know, you don't get a shirt that says you beat us, but you get merch. So you can email.
I was like, where's she gonna go with this?
Yeah.
She's gonna go.
Even though you lost.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. You just email Noah your address and sizes, and we'll get that sent to you.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys oh so very much. We're giving you big hugs and smooches all weekend long. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.